subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hallo und herzlich willkommen. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are shopping a flea market in Saarlouis, Germany, a town with a rich history, founded in 1680 by King Louis XIV, designed by Villeroy Boch, his court architect. Lots to discover today with our favorites: china, crystal, silver, linens, and more. Join me. It's a beautiful sunny day in Saarlouis, Germany, a town located in the state of the Saarland, and it borders France and Luxembourg. There are also some sellers that come over from France, which is a short drive away. I'm excited to bring you this Flohmarkt. I tried to share one with you in February during my last visit, but we got rained out and there were only a handful of sellers. Welcome to the Flohmarkt am Großen Markt here in Saarlouis. It is a beautiful day. The sellers are filling what is normally the parking lot. Let's get started and shop these wonderful booths. I'm excited to introduce you to my friend Michelle. She is here from Houston. We are thrifting our way through Europe, and we're glad to be here today.
And I am so excited to see what kind of great deals we can find in this beautiful town.
Let's get started. Some authentic German finds with beer steins or Bierkrüge, and a pitcher with a bit of history. And this one tells a story in its faux bois design. Very old German, nach der Arbeit Mühe und Schweiß. Aus mir zu laben ich dich heiß. And that has been a long day at work. Looking forward to drinking what's inside that pitcher. Doch nie zu viel und ohne Sinn, im Krug sitzt oft der Teufel drin. The seller tells me that that's what those crosses stand for. Here's that beautiful back stamp. This Villeroy Boch pitcher is from the mid to late 1800s. It has beautiful applied art here, a great example of the faux bois style here in the handle. And if you look at the back stamp, it has the old Mercury mark. This is a great find, and it has an interesting saying with some hidden meaning here. The seller encouraged me to consider these Villeroy Boch beer steins. They are from the late 1800s, and he made me such a good deal I couldn't refuse. Along with the pitcher, I paid about 80 euros, and those beer steins sit on our downstairs mantle, and they look quite authentic in our room. I encourage you to take a look at our home tour, and you can see just what I'm talking about. This pattern my mother-in-law has. It was originally sold at grocery stores in France, the Aubanais, and each piece has a different transferware design. Villeroy Boch Summer Day. This pattern was made from 1970 to 2001. My friend Theresia has this. She recently started collecting it. We find it at Titi International and other thrift shops. The most prolific pattern that you find in most German homes, the Indisch Blau. I have shared the history at a visit to the Titi International in St. Ingbert. A small Milchkännchen or creamer. And I'm loving this reticulated bowl. The classic blue and white is, in my opinion, a neutral. It goes with everything. From Marienbad, it is Spülmaschinen geeignet, meaning it's dishwasher safe. How about that? Fill it with some chocolates, makes a great gift. Another classic blue and white with this porcelain vase with some gold accents. This is a seller I always look forward to seeing at the Flohmarkt with a cut to clear. This is one of my favorite sellers here at the Flohmarkt. She always has lots of cut to clear, including some from Nachtmann, a company that was founded in 1834 in Bavaria by Michael Nachtmann. And in 2004, Riedel acquired them. They're known for their high-quality crystal in lots of color. I'm holding a V&B glass. Here's the Traube pattern from Nachtmann. And a pair of double old-fashions. Barware and champagne flutes are quite rare with cut to clear. Charles Keaton had a beautiful set of flutes during the last antique show, and I passed on it. Hopefully they didn't sell and he will bring those back. A collection of porcelain portraits. Heinrich from B&B made lots of these. It would be a nice way to create a small collage of wall art with the built-in hangers. Could even be in a powder room. Place one on an easel, on your nightstand. These are fun and fit just about anywhere. More cut to clear with the Hobstar or Schleuderstern design. And the vibrant colors. This decanter set of glasses is a complete set. Many of these are made in Germany or maybe even Poland. Wedgwood Jasperware, E.R. Elizabeth Regnant with a royal design. I find that Jasperware is more affordable in Texas, so I'll pass on that. Majolica is made by many European manufacturers, including Villeroy Boch, and you see those high-relief nature themes. A reticulated oval dish from Heron in the Chinese bouquet rust pattern. Lots of information on the back stamp. The company dates back to 1826 in Hungary, and the prices are very good with Heron. My friend Michelle is looking for some small covered crystal dishes for her vanity. And we always like to look for the bargain tables. This reminds me of Hofbauer. Perhaps they made this piece. We find a variety of items, including an oval needlepoint with pansies. It is €5. And I picked this up. My daughter is delighted to have it. A pastry set. Ideal for afternoon Kaffee und Kuchen with the teaspoons. And you'll notice those pastry forks. They're shaped a bit differently than what we're used to. And this is the same pattern, a master butter, and the seller is letting me have that as well for €25. In the original box, a reticulated dish, and this aqua and gold is eye-catching. A mid-century design. Let's turn it over, look for a back stamp. Made in Bavaria. Lots of great information. The crystal sparkles under the sunlight. And this is a gorgeous dish from Kaiser Porzellan in the Moos Rose. Cobalt and gold. It's hard to make decisions at the flea market because you haven't seen all the sellers, but it's all so beautiful. Another Bavarian porcelain piece. My daughter Elizabeth has found some jewelry from Sandra's Trödelmarkt. We like to shop her store and see her at the flea market. Those are fun. She also has some gold we bought from her for quite a few years. Elizabeth is here with her friends. It's a fun day. And in Germany, all the stores are closed on Sundays, and that's why you see lots of folks out and about, and we're going to have a nice lunch afterwards, and I will buy her the earrings. This charm bracelet I'm loving. It's got the shields of the different cities in Germany. An instant collection there, and it's only €44 in sterling silver. That is quite a find. Love that. I see Heidelberg there with the lion. Oh, that's perfect. Some great memories there of places that we visited. She's got some great prices too. And there's a cameo for $239. And that's 333 gold, which is something you mostly find in Germany. It's not 14 karat. And with the price of metals having increased, these are some fair prices. I love shopping the linens. And this seller also has some mid-century glass. Always some great finds here. And the prices are unbelievable. A bottle opener, coasters, and a Réchaud or Stöfchen. That's a tea warmer. You place a tea light candle inside and your teapot or coffee pot on top. Keeps it warm while you're serving tea. I should have bought that, but I was distracted by all of the beautiful linens. The doilies, the square overlays, the long tablecloths. Everything is carefully washed and pressed to present at the flea market, and she has all the sizes. That's for an oval table. This one would be fun for a party. The butterflies. This I considered buying. The size didn't work out quite right for me, but I probably should have purchased it because you could always place that on top of a solid tablecloth. Look at the cross stitch there. These were all handmade, hand stitched. The square overlays are quite popular. This one I did purchase. I like the colors, great for the fall. And starting at €5, prices are just unbelievable. I will show you some more of these and some that I'm taking home today. Love the blue and white. Linens are affordable in Germany because the younger generations prefer easy care. And this is a great opportunity to buy some affordable square overlays, or Mitteldecken as they're called in Germany, for €5. It's an unbelievable deal. These have a lace edge, have been cross-stitched by hand, and they've got some great selections here. It's hard to believe the price. That works out to be just under $6. And the square overlays are quite the norm in Germany. We don't use them as much in the States, but we do have lots in our home. And you drape it over a solid cloth or perhaps just by itself on a table. A wonderful way to set the table for tea, add some interest, and change up the colors. There's such detail and hard work that's gone into each piece. Michelle is finding some doilies. These are all quite affordable, starting at €1. I always look forward to this seller. And I will be back in August for the next flea market, and I hope to find some square pillowcases. I will grab a few of these for our home in Germany. We can always use some extra doilies for a bedside table, and you could line a shelf with some of the crochet. This is a nice rustic piece. I like the pop of color there on the edge. I probably should have purchased this one. Would look nice with our Burgenland. And I am bringing some oval tablecloths home. This one has been hand monogrammed. Just love it all. It's worth a trip to Germany just to shop this flea market and grab all the deals. I see lots of V&B and my Burgenland Blau pattern. This is the egg cup. You could use one for vitamins. Doesn't have to just be for a boiled egg. More jewelry. The Riviera from V&B and French Garden, one that I have in both of our homes, and I just love it. Still popular today and made and offered at the factory. This is a first for me. I have never seen these tea light or taper candle holders with the original sticker, 24% lead crystal. And I can just see these on a table setting. And my friend Michelle later this flea market found the same ones, not in the original box, for just about €3. She got a great deal. And I'm happy with mine. Villeroy Boch debuted the Wild Rose pattern in 1969 with the rustic country charm. I have never seen the crystal taper candle holders. This is a first for me and a great deal at €10 in the original box, probably from the early 1970s when V&B had their own cristallerie. Aren't these gorgeous? The Franciscan Desert Rose surely inspired the Wildrose from Villeroy Boch. At least I'd like to think that it inspired it. And here's a look at that pattern. Teacups, saucers, plates, and they're bringing out more pieces. These serving dishes would pair nicely with creamware. You don't have to have an entire collection to add some interest to your table. Lots of wine glasses. Some of these are from the mid-century and bring back some memories. We recognize some we've seen in our Oma's cabinet. And the pops of color with the gold accents, love it. It's a way to dress up your table. This is a pattern that Christoph's Oma had in her cabinet. Beautiful. We see lots of 1960s items. Michelle is finding crystal knife rests. What a find in the original box. They are quite heavy, but we managed to get these home, and I think she paid 25 euros for the set of 12. That, I think, was her best find. Usually we find these to be quite expensive when we thrift in Texas. Beautifully cut. And I see some cut to clear. This vase is calling. And such a deal with the original sticker. This green cut to clear vase is an exceptional deal at 20 euros. We see the original sticker. It is lead crystal, hand blown and hand cut. Such a beauty, and will be wonderful filled with flowers. Hofbauer birds. This basket is something that was popular in the 1970s through the 90s. You will notice that detail. It also has a bird perched on the handle, 24% lead crystal, and very popular with the American market. Michelle is finding more covered crystal boxes. And the prices are amazing. They have tables with just €1, €2. And this is one of those. Another dish, great for gifting as well. We found some great items today. Michelle, is this one of your favorites?
It is. This is a lead crystal candy dish that I am excited to use on my vanity for cotton balls. And I got this for 8 euros.
And one of my favorite finds is this cut to clear vase. For 20 euros, such a great deal. We've had a fun time today, haven't we?
It's been amazing. I've loved every minute of it.
This seller has a huge collection of Lalique, a company that dates back to 1888. René Lalique was a master jeweler and glassmaker known for representing the Art Deco era with a satin polished finish and nature-inspired motifs. Absolutely incredible finds. We're seeing lots of the white bisque vases. Many of these were made by Kaiser Porcelain. Makes a great gift because it goes with every taste and style. And we'll see some more of these before the day is over. Linens. There are not as many sellers here today, but we're glad to find two. And this is a beautiful piece. Love the color here in this tablecloth that is 25 euros. And she also has pillowcases. I probably should have looked at these more carefully, but it's already been a long day, and I want to see some other sellers. The €2 table, just what we've been waiting for. This small vase looks almost like a toothpick holder. And the French, I call it peach pink pressed glass, very popular at the markets from the mid-century. And sometimes we find these also from the 1930s. Lots of amber glass. My father-in-law had a huge collection. And these saucer champagnes would be ideal for a scoop of sherbet or chocolate mousse. And this is one of my favorite finds, a creamer and sugar. And you'll notice that sort of round yet oval design. That is indicative of Nachtmann, a German crystal manufacturer still in business today. They made private label for Tiffany and Company, Gorham, Lenox, many other brands, including the very first Marquis by Waterford. And Michelle has found a creamer and sugar set, €2 each. And look what we found here, the underplate. Now it is the perfect set, and she can easily pack that in her suitcase. It's not unusual for sellers to place a blanket or tarp on the ground, You can get some great deals, more of the Wild Rose or Wild Rose pattern. Trios or Kaffeegedeck, 15 euros. You don't often find the cups and saucers sold separately. Some spice holders. These are French with the Art Deco design. Look at that futuristic image. Absolutely love this. It would add some interest and color to your kitchen. And it's fine to bargain with the sellers if you're buying quite a few pieces, but I find that when the price is right, I pay what they're asking. I'm hoping to showcase this Flohmarkt again in August on my next trip. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. The Wild Rose Besteck or flatware, not something you see often. Quite a popular pattern in the 1980s. A brass candelabra and some beer steins. Bjørn Windblad was a Danish designer, known for whimsical designs, and was also chief designer for Rosenthal. The French peach pink glass with that beautiful etching, ideal for juice on a brunch table. Classic blue and white tea set. And more of the white bisque from Kaiser Porcelain. This is white unglazed fired porcelain. Has a slightly grainy texture compared to smooth porcelain. I absolutely love it, with a history dating back to 1872. Michelle has found something wonderful. The same Wild Rose tapered candle holders for 3 euros. What an amazing deal. And those are easy to get home in a suitcase. She's eyeing this covered dish, but might be a bit harder to get home safely. This needlepoint blends beautifully with those copper vessels. I can see that in a home. Traditional German with the Fachwerkhäuser. It's been a great day shopping this market and a wonderful way to add interest to your space on a budget. Lots of great tabletop essentials, even some furniture. And we met lots of friends today who were out shopping. And this sweet surprise I saw rolling in as we were shopping, a restored VW bus. Absolutely a showstopper, and no, it is not for sale. They are shopping the flea market today. A nice send-off from Saarlouis, Germany.
So glad you joined me today in Saarlouis, Germany for the Flohmarkt am Großen Markt. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with flea markets.